Star Wars number 68 to 75 by Greg Pak and Phil Noto. Somewhere in the Outer Rim, General Rakeen plans his rebels' next big mission. Luke Skywalker will use his stellar piloting skills to lure some Imperials from the Inner Realm, and Han Solo and Princess Leia will send some misleading messages from Boss Carpo's planet to throw off the Empire. Meanwhile, Chewbacca and C-3PO will try to lure Imperial soldiers to a planet called K-43 and blow it up. They all begin their respective missions, but of course there's trouble from the jump. Chewie and 3PO find some rock-like creatures on K-43, making blowing it up in question. Han and Leia discover Dar Champion, the advocate champion of Lance Carpo and Leia's former boyfriend. And Luke's diversion leads him right into a fellow force-hucking drifter named Warba. On K-43, Chewie and 3PO flee, but are later compelled to return to remove the detonators. Unfortunately, the Empire has now taken some interest in the planet too. With some quick thinking, the droid manages to make allies of the Rock Folk, and they're going to need it. Darth Vader himself decides that the Rock people will help him in putting an end to the rebellion. On Sergia, Warba tells Luke that she's skilled in the Jedi arts, though she uses them for the wrong purposes. She still agrees to help him infiltrate the Imperial camps, but continues to be interested in basically just stealing his lightsaber. Instead, they end up stealing a huge chunk of Imperial payroll credits, and Luke learns yet another lesson in trust. Meanwhile, Han and Leia fall into Dar's trap. Trying to talk him into allowing them to send the messages, Han ends up kidnapped by Boss Carpo and then used as a bartering chip to force Leia, Dar, and Han to kill an Imperial governor. They agree to do so, but are soon informed by 3PO that Vader is with them on the Rock planet. And speaking of, his efforts to completely take charge of the Rock people aren't going to plan. He ends up engaged in a fight with Chewbacca. Back on Sergia, Warba continues to try and steal Luke's sword, but in the end, he convinces her to help him out. They hijack a speeder and take out an Imperial ship, and it's all in time for one big showdown on K-43. Han, Leia, and Dar arrive on the planet just as Luke does. With all of them fighting Darth Vader together, he fights back, but is eventually able to retreat. With the planet about to explode, the Rock people return the Millennium Falcon, while Luke returns to his X-Wing, but is met by Vader for one last showdown. Luckily, the explosion sends everyone scattering from the planet's surface. Vader is saved by his crew and they jump to light speed, while Warba returns to the fight to save Luke one more time. And finally, the crew is all back together again. Because sometimes, what else do you ever have or need when you have friends? And so with that, Greg Pak's run on Star Wars comes to an end. But really, it comes at a good time. We get Charles Soule back to bring us his masterful Star Wars stories like he has in the past, and get to lend Greg to other tales to tell in the Marvel Universe. The only thing I hope for all in the future, is there any way we can tell a good Jedi story without it having to be 8 or 9 parts? You want to talk about a tough story to write a summary for. But in the end, I guess it was worth it. I give this one an 8 out of 10. If you like this video, there's hundreds more like it, spanning several current and classic story arcs. Click the boxes here for more playlists. This video is also accompanied by my blog at nerdiestkidyouknow.com. You can also follow links to my Facebook or Twitter pages, as well as a link to these very issues for sale on my eBay page by clicking below. For the Nerdiest Kid You Know, I'm Sam Torito. Thanks for watching.